Hello everybody, Kristen here, also known as Sherbi. I am going to show you how I use my Hobonichi Cousin. I'm sure there are a lot of people out there who are thinking about getting the spring start or have already gotten the spring start and are looking for ideas. It's how I decided to get a cousin, by watching a lot and lots and lots of YouTube videos. As much as I like how everybody else used it, I knew that I was going to use it differently, and I just wanted to keep watching to see if everything I was imagining could work. And I really am so glad that I got it. It's the beginning of April, and you can see it's gotten a little thicker. The Hobonichi brand new is actually pretty thin. So next year I will have to get probably the Avec, which is 2 notebooks, 6 months each. So let me start. I have just a regular plain cover. It's a little bit too small, honestly. I haven't used the trick of using a blow dryer. When you get to the front of the Hobonichi, you will first have a big all over years at a glance. It shows you the previous year, the next year, as well as the current year. Then you'll see the yearly index. I use my yearly index to track appointments at a glance. I consider this like at a glance. Sometimes I'll go back in and fill in if there's a blank day, like something big that happened that day or something that seemed important. I'll put a lot of birthday announcements in here. Some things might runneth over, some important things might happen. For instance, this year I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia, so that gets there. The rest of my book is not quite as practical. It's just very fun and creative. And you'll get 2 pages of that, at least in the regular Cousin. The Avex, I'm not sure, or the Spring Start, I'm not sure, but I assume they'd be the same. The months I use for appointments. Maybe I will have some big tasks I want to get done. I might track like my free writing. This was when I first got it. I was tracking how many hours I had written that month. I don't do that anymore. I think I just got into such a nice habit that I felt like I don't need to hold myself accountable by tracking my time. So that's how I would use this. And then we have January. I started stickers. Something about a Hobonichi made me want to use stickers. And again, just monthly appointments. That's what I use it for mostly. Monthly appointments, maybe some big thing that we had done. At this point, I was still timing how much I had written that day. And might add some little doodles like getting my spine cracked. I loved adding stickers. So many stickers, you guys. I just adore the stickers. For me, however, the magic of my Hobonichi comes with the weeklies. The weeklies is what I really love to use it for. And this is just making sure I'm sticking to my calendar. Things that we're doing, things that we have to remember, appointments. I don't look at it very often, but I still try to keep it updated because it makes me feel good. This year I did label it yoga, or this month I labeled yoga month because I had kind of stopped doing yoga after I got COVID, and it was really helping me feel good. So the rest of my months are pretty blank except for things I had already filled in, some birthdays, some appointments, gigs that my band has coming up. They're written in here. So these are extra months at the end. And these are my weeklies. My weeklies are my babies because they track the things I did that day. They are a what I did do list rather than a what I have to do list, which often is not going to get done. So I prefer to track what I actually did. I will typically over here put some kind of tracker that I want to use. Nowadays, I put big stickers and work around them. When I first started, I was putting stickers as I went along, so it has a little bit more cohesion, but I really like making things a little chaotic. I discovered that my son's watercolor kit, and I started watercoloring over here. So this is what I do. I slept hard and I couldn't make myself go into the office that day. And then it says, and she proceeded to be extremely distracted by everything and nothing at all, which was frustrating. I wrote that day with one of the writing prompts, which I do in my dailies, and I'll show those to you shortly. So it says, writing today, wife back from the dead, salacious stuff. I had a chiropractor, and then we went to happy hour, and I put my friends' names, and I watched the boys with my son, and I didn't spend money that day. So all very, very good things. And I just list what I did. So it makes me happy to do that. As you can see, I'm getting more comfortable. I really like this. So I ordered stickers from Shine. I made salad and pea soup for dinner. And I did yoga. I like this phrase, assume the best. Just a lot of kind of memory keeping, I think a lot of people call it. This was my partner's birthday, and I was trying to plan a surprise party. You can see that in my January flip through. As of this filming, I have January and February uploaded, and as soon as I'm done with this, I'm going to go specifically to March. So I just wanted to show you, though, what you could do with this section. This is what I do with it. It's like a memory keeping and what I've done. And I'm just going to skip ahead because I want you to have, I don't want this to be too terribly long, and you can come back and see my videos of my flip throughs. So we'll get to the end of the weeklies. There is a day in between, and I was using this to kind of track things that are not in my everyday tracker, which I keep a little A6 notebook in my purse for everyday tracking. Honestly, to this point, I haven't been doing a lot. Lately in April, this is called food feelings. I'm kind of seeing what kind of things might be making me feel upset. I'm going to try to be good about that. Now we're at the dailies. In my dailies, I keep this front page for noting some big things or happenings throughout that month. I'll visit it throughout the month as I do things. So assume the best was a phrase I really liked. Phil, my partner, found a ginkgo leaf and gave it to me, and I love ginkgo leaves. I just did some doodling because I really like playing with this paper and being in it. And so if I filled my weekly out and I filled my daily out, I still have space to doodle and do some things. I'll even go back to previous pages and add doodles. I will just say, discovered migraine medicine works, just some things like that. This was kind of an intro to the month, finally a lovely lazy day. Even though I was supposed to do a writing prompt based on the mysterious letter arrived without a return address, or sorry, a writing exercise based on this writing prompt, I actually didn't. I actually just kind of did a little journaling right there first. Here are my writing prompt pages. I get writing prompts from either ChatGPT, some kind of AI, Squibbler.io. There are lots of random line generators. You can just put it into Google to find some. And I was trying to figure out if I wanted to use this margin line, but I don't even really see it, honestly. So I've started just writing regularly, and I'll add stickers. And again, more writing prompts with some sketches. And then I remembered my son's watercoloring set, so I started just watercoloring in it. Some days you just don't want to write, so I use my pages in whatever way is going to be comfortable for me. I like to go sideways. I like to use it all over the place. I don't want to get too much into the idea that there are rules. Ooh, look at this. The strings are starting to bust. Ah, that's a sign, isn't it? My Hobonichi is getting a little packed, you guys. Oh, I don't know if I like that. I definitely am going to have to get the Avec sizes next year. It's just getting a little too chunky. I use a lot of stickers. I guess that's to be expected. Here I did 3 columns. Well, sort of. I did 1 column, 2, and then I split the column. That's kind of fun. I added watercolor to the back and wrote over it on this page. More writing exercises. This is a doodling page when I didn't want to write and my friends were over, so I doodled. Again, you can see that in my flip through where I talk more about these things. So moving ahead, I started getting more into art stuff in my Hobonichi, and check this out. Gouache is pretty thick, right? The other page is watercolor, but neither was affected. You can see it's very white and clear, so none of this went through the page, which I think is just so cool. First page of February, again, doodling, memorable moments, more gouache. You see here this heavy gouache here, and it doesn't come through on the other side. Same the opposite. This is a marker drawing, doesn't come through on the other side. I just love this paper. So feel confident that if you decide to use these journals for any kind of artistic endeavors, it holds up really well. It does not take gel inks well, I noticed. Those will go through the paper. And it does not do like Sharpie markers or Sharpie highlighters, but some regular highlighters like Bic highlighters are fine. So here's just a little quick flip through. So you can see how thick that is and how dark, but you can't see it on the other side of those pages. I just think that's incredible, and I love it. So I use this to just really be as relaxed as possible. So let me go ahead to the back side of the notebook. and you can see more pages. I use this page to do my yearly budget tracking. I write in what my bills are as ahead as possible. I check mark it when I've paid it, and I cross it out when it comes out of my account. And this really helps me plan ahead what my finances are. And a whole year fits on 2 pages with my list of bills. These are the same exact bills that are very consistent. I put the due dates for each. If anybody's interested, I was thinking about doing a video about how I budget and plan ahead. Then you have like one extra blank page. I haven't used it much, but I think I'm going to keep a running balance of my assets. I haven't done any, or sorry, let me clarify. My assets and my debts, and see if every 3 to 6 months, if I have lowered the debts at all. Assets, I can't imagine will increase too much, but my goal is to make sure all debts are lowered, my car payment, my house payment, etc., and see what the final totals are. It makes me feel successful when I pay my bills, and it makes me more likely to put my money where it should be going. Some doodles in the timetables. I don't use this for what other people may, like a regular schedule, or maybe sports schedule, keeping track of kids' things and events, or school schedule. I simply just don't use that. I wanted to use this to see about the growth of my channel, about how many people are subscribing or how many views we're getting. Like a video that I published on February 23rd, how's it doing now? I think that this video has gotten over 2,500 views now, so that's nice. Here I keep my list, the My 100 page. I keep a list of the books that I have read or listened to, the television shows I have watched completely, or the movies I have watched with either my son or my partner. And I think that's pretty fun to go throughout the year. I hope I don't run out of room. An interview with myself. I haven't filled these in, but that would be fun to do when I want to play around, and I haven't. Words to remember is where I keep a running list of things we want to watch, my partner and I, things that we have watched. This piece of paper was on our kitchen counter for a year or two. And this was what I was using to keep track. So now I write it down in here, like zone of interest. He sent that to me yesterday. I have no idea what it's about, but I said, I'll write it in my book. Here is where I like to track any kind of exercise. Yoga and meditation was my goal for the year, but I kind of ran out of steam after I got COVID. So now I'm tracking also taking walks and other exercise. Today I took a walk, but I also ran a little bit. And my circle of this is to mark the 1st of April. And today is April 6th. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to color that in because I did walk today. I'm trying to get better, but some days, man, exhaustion is real. It's hard, huh? And here's like gift ideas. I have to remember that this is here. I do use my phone, but having it written down where nobody else is looking would be really cool. And a test page. So this is how I use my Hobonichi. And I'm going to do my March flip through now. Feel free to go look at my flip throughs. They're a bit more in depth. I'm excited for you considering a Hobonichi. I hope you get one for the paper alone. I just love how it sounds, how it feels. If you think that you're going to be very artistic, plan ahead to maybe get the effects. I really think I probably should have done that. But it's going to be really cool to hold this up at the end of the year. But I will plan ahead for next month. And I'm excited, or next year, excuse me. I'm excited to see where it goes. So I hope I see you later. I hope you subscribe to my channel if you like what you saw. Please let me know. Leave a comment. I am so tickled when I get a comment. It just makes me so excited. And it really encourages me to keep showing people what I do. If you like it, just got to do what you got to do, you know? Peace out, home skillets. Thanks a lot. Bye.